much. And we're going to have the next speaker. And he is the editor of Organiser, Sri Prafulla Ketkar. And a few words about him before he comes on to the podium.
Sri Prafulla Ketkar, a renowned journalist, author and a great thinker. Presently, the chief editor of the Organiser National Weekly. Your presence undoubtedly enriches our gathering. We look forward to the enlightening discourse that Sri Prafulla Ketkar ji brings to our esteemed audience. Sir, please.
With utmost pleasure, we welcome Sri Prafulla Ketkar to the podium. Thank you. With a huge round of applause, please.
Respected Pandit Ma'am, Professor Nargunjan Sir, respected Nandakumar ji, all the dignitaries here in this hall. It is my real pleasure and privilege to be here today and sharing a dais with my Guru is a real honor. She has literally taught me as a teacher, maybe in first few batches of hers in Pune University at post-graduation level. As a journalist, when I see this entire construct of North-South divide, I find three broad categorizations and I'll just focus on them. Of course, first two are to some extent dealt with by Professor Pandit and Nandakumar ji. So I'll not go into details of it, but the third aspect I'll definitely deal with. First, as a colonial construct, anthropological racial justification of dividing India. That was the first project that the British started. Interestingly, it was never an Indian concept to see India racially. And the first person who opposed this or discredited this entire theory by Professor Rice was none other than Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. In his book, Who Were Kshudras? In the 5th chapter and again in the 8th chapter, Babasaheb speaks about the racial unity of Bharat and completely discredit the British construct of racial justification of division of Bharat or even untouchability. So I think anybody speaking about North-South divide or Dravidianism as a race is actually speaking against the basic fundamentals of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. The second important justification, again a colonial construct, was given on the basis of linguistic identity. Again, an Indian concept of nationhood. As we have borrowed this concept of linguistic division, anybody, and this is an open challenge, before Congress accepting language to be the basis of its unit, state unit, tell me a single incident in Indian history where Indians have fought on the basis of languages. Historically, we never considered language as the source of identity. It is a complete European construct because for them, religion and language solely made the nation states. And then come the third one, which is the recent one, which is more into politics and economics. South has rejected Hindutva, and that's why South is different. And in terms of development, South has given the stepmotherly treatment, and that's why South should be different. Now both these argument looks separate, but they are actually part and parcel of the same game. Who is playing this game? For me, as Minister Muralidharanji said in the inaugural session, till recently it was a very fringe kind of argument. Now it is becoming mainstream. Why it is becoming mainstream? It is becoming mainstream simply because it is losing connect with the popular masses. Now, Madam has taken some names. The original argument started, the political argument started against Hindutva during the Ram Janmabhoomi movement. Ram is not a South Indian god. Fine. You say in the parliament, father of Dravidian movement, you call him Periyar, but original Ram was Ramaswamy Nayakar. Where does Ramaswamy come from? There is a fraction. Who forms that fraction? M.G. Ramachandran. And you say Ram is not part of South India? The legacy, two heads of the two parties, Karunanidhi and Jayaram Jayalalitha, both the names of Ram. And you say we don't have any connection with Ram? And if you see, if you have experienced the Rama Janmabhoomi movement, perhaps the most devout, and even if you go to Kashi Vishwanath corridor, you will find the most devout people coming from Andhra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala at Kashi Vishwanath temple. And therefore, when Prime Minister Modi took up this initiative of Kashi Tamil Sangamam, it was the biggest hit. Because for all Indians, we never saw this, who is ruling was never a concern for us, because that ruling never defined our cultural unity. Our state was divided, but nation was always united. What British did, British created a unified state and divided us as a nation, or tried to divide us as a nation. Unfortunately, some of the political ideologies are carrying forward that legacy. Now let us come to the economic development part. I can speak about each and every southern state and the logic behind it. See, there are four ideological forces who are playing this game. Please try and understand. You may see different faces coming up, politically and otherwise. But if you see the real forces behind them, you will always find that there are certain evangelical forces who are playing the game. There will be certain jihadi forces who will be showing the muscle power. There will be certain Marxist or communist forces who will giving the intellectual cover. And there will be some outside market forces who will be funding this entire project. They will use some caste identity, some religious identity, some regional identity always to divide India, because their main problem is neither with North, nor with Delhi, nor with Modi, nor with BJP or RSS. Their fundamental conflict is with idea of Bharat. The idea of Bharat that Pandit Ma'am has talked about, that celebrates diversity while realizing inherent unity. And therefore, now what they have started, especially post Karnataka election, is releasing of this new map called United States of South India with different numbers. Numbers related to economic development. Now let me, because they are very selective about it, let me talk about just two important parameters of sharing resources. And then I will come to the justification of it. Now, let us talk about the state-wise direct taxes figures first. Now, who contributes the highest number of taxes, direct taxes, throughout India? If you take the data of Government of India 22-23, then 50% of the taxes come from two parts of India. One is Maharashtra thanks to Mumbai and the second is Delhi. All the southern states coming together contribute 25% of the direct taxes, income tax I am talking about. Now who gets the least? Again, it is Maharashtra who gets the least. I am not talking because I am Marathi. It is the numbers that are showing. If you say per person, then Maharashtra is getting 31, Kerala is getting 52. Now on the one hand you are talking about communism, you are talking about sharing of resources, you are talking about distribution of income, you are talking about removing the caste and class disparities, and you are actually talking about against the regional disparities. Or when the government is trying to bridge the regional disparities. Now the question is, the second parameter comes, is the GST. Now interestingly, just for the information, because the Kesari is doing this and Kerala is the focus, how much Kerala does contribute to the direct taxes year 22-23 of the entire nation? 1.4%. So any communist who is talking about this nonsense of discrimination by center should understand that the direct taxes amount that is coming from Kerala is 1.4% of the total revenue. Now let us come to GST. When it comes to GST, the highest collection again comes from Maharashtra, that is around 19.9%. But after that, there is Gujarat, there is Karnataka, there is Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu close to each other. After that, there is Haryana. Now, how much does Kerala contribute? 2.1% of GST collection. Why I am deliberately doing this number? I am not stating that the contribution of Malayalis is less. In fact, they might be contributing more in Maharashtra, in Bangalore and in Delhi. But perhaps because the communist regime in Kerala is not allowing them to realize their potential, and that's why they are not able to make the contributions. The unionism that exists in Kerala, that is not allowing Kerala to realize its potential. And who is the person who first time spoke about this going there in Kerala? It was Prime Minister Modi, who said there cannot be prosperity in India unless this God's own country is prosperous. The businesses has to thrive. The investment has to pour in. The only investment that is coming is from the Gulf countries. Maximum is in terms of the remittances that come to the family members. But there are many villages, I know, as in eastern UP, there are many villages where you won't find youth. Similarly, there are many villages in Kerala where you won't find youth, because youth are somewhere else working there. They have migrated for better opportunities because the unionism in Kerala has stopped those opportunities. So we need to debunk these fake narratives around political and economic parameters. Now, if just few pointers that we need to understand. Who gets the maximum share out of 100% direct taxes and 100% GST? It is not UP or Delhi as many Tamilians generally speak about, or general perception that is created. It is the Jammu Kashmir, It is Uttarakhand and it is the northeastern states that get the maximum share. And again, it is mainly because of the regional disparity that the colonial masters have created. The eastern states have always got the fair share or more share since independence. Modi government has given it bigger priority simply because if we need to bridge really the development parameters, then it is necessary to give them more share. Then you would ask, why? Now, of course, means for a Malayali, Bengal is more closer than Delhi, just for the ideological reasons. For the Kerala communists, I am talking about. What they don't understand is, their share is going more to Bengal. Their share is going more to Odisha, more to Jharkhand, more to Bihar, and not to Uttar Pradesh and Delhi. But against that, what they are getting? Maximum dependence of all southern states on this region is for electricity. Entire coal supply of Kerala and Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh comes from these regions. Now, should those regions say that, sorry, because you consider yourself a different identity and a different nation, we will not either give you coal or we will have a special cess on you for coal, or you would get higher rates on electricity or power generation? Now, these are the questions that we need to ask for common people. Because as a nation, we get military protection as a nation. Interestingly, if we see Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Haryana has the highest state-wise contributors to the armed forces. Now, should these states say that because we are contributing more for the protection, Tamil Nadu and Kerala or Andhra Pradesh should pay more? This is, illogical thing. So whether it is national protection, whether in terms of, there is a concept in Europe, again, this is a European concept where they see this, the protection tax. We never believe in protection tax. It is the British who brought this concept. We get access to raw material because of one national identity. We of course celebrate cultural unity. We get access to cheap labor. Migration was never defined in India on the basis of linguistic identity. In fact, this entire concept of citizenship is un-Indian. Because citizenship is confined to cities. Nagarika comes from Nagar. You exclude villagers, you exclude forest dwellers. Vyakti in Indian concept or the Indian idea of Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina was for everybody. Every living, non-living thing has the same Chaitanya. And if we really want to celebrate this idea, then we need to come out of this colonial hangover. We need to decolonize yourself. For that, we need to debunk these theories, fake theories of either anthropological or linguistic or political and economic divisions between North and South. There is an interdependence, there is inherent unity, and that's why idea of Bharat has survived all these onslaughts. These ideological forces against Bharat basically has this sense of failure, that despite so many aggressions, despite so many invasions, this idea of Bharat still survives. It still resurrects. And that's why they are coming together now. They are coming together and forming a strategy, ganging up, using political forces to destruct and destroy this idea of Bharat. And that's why this is our duty to speak about this inherent unity of Bharat and completely destruct and destroy this imaginary, elusive identity formation based on either north or south, backward or forward, caste, linguistic, so that Bharat Mata can rise to guide the world as a Vishwaguru. I congratulate Kesari magazine for organizing this event and making me part of it. Thank you. Thank you very much.